Brooke, let's be honest, like most people who post on social media, we're no strangers to photo filters and lighting.
Yeah. I will say, though, you and I aren't really big filter users.
No, I'm too lazy.
I know. Well, and also, like, I don't, unless it's like a crazy wild filter, then it's like, I don't know, it just feels like lying at that point.
I don't care enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be able to do it in real life, so.
Well, you could with plastic surgery. It's so much easier than using a filter.
Yeah, you're right. And apparently we might not be in the same camp when it comes to photoshopping as Princess Catherine Middleton, because the royal family is coming under fire after they recently released a picture of her and her kids, and it looks a little bit photoshopped, although I'll be honest, people are getting more up in arms than I would have about this Photoshop job.
I know, but I have dug a little deeper recently on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, I do see it. But like at first glance, but we'll get into all this.
Yeah, we'll get into all this.
So this doctored picture is now just adding more fuel to the fire about what's going on with Princess Catherine. It definitely didn't help.
I was going to say, and that's a fire that needs absolutely no more fuel.
Yes.
But just call us firefighters because we're here to investigate.
Yeah.
From Wondery, I'm Marisha Skidmore-Williams.
And I'm Brooke Ziffrin. It's Tuesday, March 12th.
And you're listening to Rich and Daily. So, Richies, there's definitely something going on with Princess Catherine Middleton. Yeah. Last week, we talked about how she's been pretty incognito for the last 2 months while supposedly recovering from a planned abdominal surgery. She's been so off the radar that up until yesterday, we'd only had one sighting.
Yeah.
And that was in a grainy photo of her in the passenger seat of a car with Prince Harry dressed up as her mom, obviously.
Yep. I saw a little red hair peeking out under a wig.
I know. I was like, talk about Photoshop fails. So everyone has been wondering what's going on behind the scenes. The theories have just truly taken off.
Yeah.
And on Sunday, Categate got even weirder. Kensington Palace released an official photo of Catherine with her 3 kids for Mother's Day, UK version. And people quickly noticed that this picture did not look quite right.
Right. So the picture was released with a statement from Catherine that said, "Thank you for your kind wishes and continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day." Now, in the photo, Catherine is sitting on a chair in the middle and her 3 kids are around her. Now, after it was released, it went viral for what appeared to be some pretty obvious Photoshop mistakes. Like her daughter, Princess Charlotte, appears to be missing part of the sleeve on her sweater, and her skirt kind of juts out at the side. It looks really weird. Like if you zoom in on this photo, you can definitely see these things that I didn't see at first glance, you know?
Yeah.
And people also noticed that there are blooms on the tree behind them in the photo, which is very unusual for March in England. And others pointed out Catherine's hands. So her right hand, I know, it's always the hands. Her right hand is a little bit pixelated, and her left hand is missing a wedding ring. And we know that when someone is not wearing their wedding ring, all hell breaks loose.
That means divorce has been in the works and they basically want each other dead.
Yes, exactly. So because the photo was doctored, the Associated Press yanked the pic and they issued a company-wide kill notice that said, "At closer inspection, it appears that the source has manipulated the image. No replacement photo will be sent." So the palace is like refusing to release the original, probably because it doesn't exist. There is no original photo. And Catherine herself allegedly chimed in on the photo yesterday on X. She released a statement that said, "Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day."
I will say, if I was running a photoshopping course, I would have passed her. Maybe not in 100%, but just because
well,
unless you zoom in, it looks fine.
One of the more wild theories I've heard, and I'll talk about it closer to the end, if true, really good job on this photo because,
whoever photoshopped it.
Yeah.
If it's even accidentally, this is done.
I mean,
That's one of my theories that I'm getting into.
that Kensington Palace also has a PicMonkey subscription like I do.
They were like, damn it, we forgot to cancel. Guess we're subscribed.
Yep.
Okay, so with all the speculation already about her whereabouts, this Photoshop fail just, of course, is adding to the mystery.
Yeah.
But we did finally get our second Catherine sighting yesterday. Now, just like with the first sighting, she was photographed in a car, but this time she was in the backseat with her baby daddy, Prince William, as they were leaving Windsor Castle.
Yeah, so it's obviously not the greatest shot. We can't even really see her face in
It's
the
like
one
the back
picture.
of her head.
Yeah, she's like turning her head to the side and she's like looking out the window. Like that could literally be
on
anyone.
the other side.
Exactly. You don't
it's
think
a car, there's two sides.
Every video we see of paparazzi, it's like them surrounding vehicles. It's like, you mean to tell us that one paparazzi got this shot from God knows where on their Motorola Razr? It's like, come on.
Apparently, that's what they want us to believe.
Yeah. So if you remember, Richies, it was announced last week that Catherine won't be resuming any public duties until after Easter. So who knows how many more times we'll see her before then. Like, we might not see her at all.
Yeah, we have it that the first engagement that's on her calendar is in June.
Yeah.
Still a while. So even though we had another fuzzy Princess Catherine sighting, people aren't going to stop talking about the Photoshop. This is the biggest story this week. It's just blowing up everywhere. And it's only Tuesday. And the internet, of course, is coming up with all kinds of theories about the picture, including why her wedding ring is missing. Now, there have been rumors for a while that Prince Billy has been cheating on Catherine with his friend Rose Hanbury, but Omid Scobie, the self-proclaimed royal expert, has said he doesn't think there's any affair going on. And I gotta say, if you call yourself an expert, you automatically are one.
Yeah, that's why we're pop culture experts.
You just gotta say it. It's like telling somebody you're really good at singing.
Yep.
It's immediately
Works
true.
every time. So others are speculating online that Catherine's 2-month-long absence and her missing ring in the Mother's Day photo could be evidence of an impending separation between her and William. Like we said, that's immediately where people go. And going back to the Mother's Day pic, there's speculation that Catherine didn't even pose for the photo. So Ruby Naldret, who works in social media at the Daily Mirror, shared her theory on X yesterday, and she thinks that Catherine's face in the Mother's Day photo was published from a Vogue cover shoot that she did back in 2016. And Ruby even included a video of the two photos fading into each other, and they do look very similar. I mean, keeping in mind that this is the same face.
I was going to say,
the same person.
Having the exact same person probably makes it easy.
Yeah, she's probably got a very... like, she probably smiles the same way for every photo, so there is that. But I mean, I don't know.
The evidence is starting to become overwhelming.
Yep, it's piling up.
Yeah, so we have ourselves the latest chapter in Kate Gate. Let's jump into it. I know we both have theories upon theories. This is going to be a 3-hour episode probably, so let's just get started.
Yeah. So, in regards to the ring, I've talked about my friend Meredith Constant on here. She does a lot of royal TikToks. She like dives deep. Like, I watched her videos prepping for this because she always just has really great information. And she was like, the wedding ring thing doesn't sit right with me. Like, I keep thinking about it because if you're going to Photoshop a picture in the first place, why not put a ring on your finger if there isn't one in the original photo? So that is really weird. And then I saw, when I was looking at the photo fade video on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called, there was a comment underneath it, and it was this video by Alan Aston on TikTok, and she talks about how she thinks that none of these people were posing for this photo, not just Kate. And she like posted this pictures and video from when Kate and the kids went to an event in November. And she like talks about how the outfits are the same. They look like maybe they just swapped the colors on some of them. And like the daughter's wearing the same sweater. They're wearing the same shoes. The son is wearing the same sweater that looks like it may have been changed in color a little bit. And this is a wild theory. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and if this one has any merit to it, then this is some good Photoshop.
Well, I think that, like, yeah, I mean, these theories are like, yeah, it's been Photoshopped. Like, does it
I know,
matter
but to
where these
this
are coming
extent,
from?
though, like
But
to put everyone in the photo piece by piece.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as opposed to what? If you're like, we got to release a photo, we're all not available to take the picture because whatever is happening in the castle is keeping us busy.
You mean to tell me those 3 kids aren't available for a photo? Like the 3 of them could have been in the photo and they could have photoshopped Kate in.
And had like a stand-in come in and then they just put Kate's face on. Well, my theory is that this has all been orchestrated by Buckingham Palace.
For what
reason?
Like
they knew, because there's just no way in this day and age that the palace doesn't know that people look into photographs. This isn't 1920 where you can just submit whatever picture you took in a dark room and they'll post it and be like, this is true.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way. And so my theory, and I saw this in a comment on Instagram that everyone was like completely shitting on the commenter for, but I was like, no, they're right.
Can't wait to hear it.
There's something bigger going on in the royal family, and this is a distraction. And it's working. And we're falling for it hook, line, and sinker.
What do you think the bigger distraction is? You don't have any theories on that?
Well, I have theories, but they're not fun, so.
What?
Well,
Prince Charles is dead?
No. No. I mean, like, there's definitely something else going on, because in this day and age, a big enough firm as that would not be like, let's release this poorly shit show of a Photoshop job, thinking nobody would look into it. They know exactly what they're doing. And we've got to start giving people credit for their brains.
Especially the royal family.
Especially, guys. We don't do it enough. We think they're just some idiots that are cutting and pasting from 4 different photos. No. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. And if they don't, then their PR and comms teams are trash.
I mean, I feel like that is true, but for different reasons.
Sure.
All right.
We solved it.
What's next?
Let's put this baby to bed. We did it.
Right.
We solved it.
BBL for Catherine then. That was nice.
It is interesting, though, that they had a picture of her sitting.
I was going to say.
Because of the BBL rumors.
She's sitting in both car pictures, which I know is usually what happens when you're in a car, but still.
They don't have convertibles over there? She couldn't stand up and be like, woo, I'm back,
That's what I mean. Show us your body so we can properly assess it.
Yeah.
So we can know what's happened.
Exactly.
Well, next picture. Maybe she's listening to this and she'll
be dancing.
Give the people what they
video
want.
Of her dancing a jig.
I would love it. Like the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
From Wondery, I'm Marisha Skidmore-Williams.
And I'm Brooke Ziprin. This is Rich and Daily.
See you tomorrow, Richies.
If you like our show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you're listening right now.
Be sure to follow us on all socials, @Arisha Skidmore-Williams and @Brooke Ziprin. We love to connect with you.